Hey folks, it's Kimberly here, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Sorry for the late start of the net. We had some major network issues, but we've got those sorted. Alright, without further ado, let's get going. Gonna let people know that I've fixed the problem on the Discord, and then after that, we'll get started. Oh, whoops, silly me, I forgot to connect our Australian repeater here. Alright, that's connected. Alrighty, everyone, this is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Sorry for the long wait. We've had some major technical difficulties, but we have got everything sorted, and the network should be operational. So let me reset, and the net will begin. Hey everyone, welcome to the Pride Radio Group Net. I'm Kimberly, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, your net control operator. My pronouns are she, her. This net is a roundtable for general discussions and friendly chats. Please direct all calls through the net control station. We meet every Sunday at 2 a.m. Coordinated Universal Time. Before we begin, is there any emergency or priority traffic? If there is an emergency at any time, please let us know and we will assist you promptly. This net provides a safe place for members of the LGBTQ plus community and their allies to connect over the airwaves. It is open to all licensed amateur radio operators without the need for membership. We also welcome third-party traffic. Speaking of memberships, the Pride Radio Group fosters an inclusive environment for learning, experimenting, and enjoying radio communications. We encourage, promote, and support diversity within the wider radio community. We share our experiences and knowledge, celebrate Pride on the air, and welcome all individuals. To learn more about the Pride Radio Group, join us, and gain access to our Discord chat room, visit prideradio.group. Again, the website is prideradio.group. And of course, you could find information on the Victor Kilo 3 Papa Romeo Golf and Kilo 3 Papa Romeo Golf pages on QRZ. Membership is free, and all are welcome, regardless of who you are and who you love, unless you harbor hatred towards us, of course. This net is being relayed on the Pride Radio Network and its affiliated systems, including All-Star, Echolink, IRLP, DMR, YSF Reflector, WiresX, M17, NXDN, P25, D-Star, Zello, Ham Shack Hotline, and Hams over IP. It is also streamed live on Broadcastify, Icecast, and also via my YouTube, Twitch, and Kick channels. And you can find all that by searching for my call sign. However, if you're looking for the Broadcastify and Icecast links, you'll... And of course, for information on how you can connect to this network, you can visit prideradionetwork.com. Again, website prideradionetwork.com for all the connection information and the Broadcastify and Icecast information. You can also track and follow this net by downloading NetLogger for Windows, Linux, or Mac OS from netlogger.org. Again, netlogger.org is that website. You can log into the net and view a list of call signs that pop up in real time as I put them in. So be sure to check it out. If you're on iPhone or Android, there's a third-party app called On Air Net Scraper that connects to the NetLogger network. So be sure to check that out. Alright, with that out of the way, let's see if we have any news or announcements or other items to share with the net and the Pride Radio group before we start taking check-ins. Alrighty, other than resolving the major issue that was causing a hiccup on the network, I don't have anything to add in that regard, so we'll start taking check-ins now, starting with mobile, short on time, and in and out stations. So if you're mobile, short on time, in and out, come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and feel free to share your pronouns as well. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, and at this time I'm looking for check-ins only for mobile, short on time, and in and out stations. Alright, all I heard was a key up, but that was about it. Any mobile short on time and in and out stations, please come now.
Kilo 7, November Whiskey Uniform, short on time. I'll be in and out tonight.
Alrighty, KK7 NWU, we got you down. Any other mobile short on time and in and out stations? Alrighty, KK7NWU, did you have any traffic you want to give us before you bug out? Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, over to you.
No traffic at this time. Just got to tear my radio room down and move it, which is why I'm short on time. KK7 NWU is clear.
Alrighty, no worries, mate. Have fun with the move, and we'll see you around 7-3, and thanks for checking in. Woohoo! Alright. Now we can start taking check-ins from anyone, anywhere, so if you'd like to join us on the net, Pride Radio Group Net, that is, all you have to do is say your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you're welcome to share your pronouns too if you like. Again, this is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, and this time we're looking for check-ins from anybody, anywhere, so come on down, and let's get this net started.
VK5, Tango United X-Ray.
Okay. Alright, we got that one down, that one down. We'll go by memory on that one. Hopefully I got that one correct. I'll fix names here in a minute.
N3 VEM, November 3, Victor Echo Mike, he, him.
Okay, here we go. We got another one. Got that one down. Alright. Alright, out of all that we have VK5TUX, K1ALF, N3VEM, got you 3 down. And let's see if we have anybody else out there. My apologies for the dead name there, but you know how NetLogger is, and the FCC database too. Alright. That stuff is out of my control, but I do my best. Alright, do we have anybody else out there? Anyone else out there wishing to check into the Pride Radio Group Net? All I need are your call signs solely, twice, and phonetically, and you're welcome to share your pronouns too if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, and I'm looking for additional check-ins to the net. And for those of you on the live stream, any of the live streams, I will see your chats here in a moment. So, stand by.
This is
I believe that's KC3VIU.
KC3VIU.
Whoops, oh my god. Okay, we got it now. I got it. Phoebe, yeah. Okay, was that KC3VIU? Just to confirm, did I hear KC3VIU? This is KJ7OMO.
Roger, this is KC3VAU, Kilo Charlie 3, Victor India Uniform.
Alrighty, I thought so. Alright, we got you down. Anyone else out there? Alright, live streamers, we're just now getting the, chats moved around so I can see them. Alright, perfect. Now I can see all of your chats. Alright, looks like that's, all we're gonna get for the time being. If you're unable to check in via voice, you're more than welcome to check in via NetLogger. You can also check in via any of the live streams, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. If you're on WinLink, you're welcome to send me a WinLink message to my call sign, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. And we'll get you checked in that way. If you're on the Pride Radio Group Discord server, you can check in via the Skids channel, if I could say it correctly. If you're on any of the Fediverse websites, Fediverse pages, which includes Mastodon and Clamora, Misskey, etc., any of the ActivityPub compatible sites, you can also check in via that. You can just tag me on the handle at KJ7OMO at mastodon.radio. Tag that handle when you're checking in, and I will get you checked in that way as well. Again, that's at KJ7OMO at mastodon.radio. You can also email me your check-ins, which the email for that is mycallsign@gmail.com, which means KJ7OMO at gmail.com, KJ7OMO at gmail.com. Any of my private social media links, if you know them, you're welcome to, private message me there, and we'll get to all sorted out. And if you're a scanner listener, shortwave listener, don't have your license yet, what are you waiting for? Get your license. Study for those exams, get your license. and join in on the fun. Because you're missing out if you don't. Alright, without that out of the way, let's see who gets to go first. Well, what do you know? It's VK5TUX KJ7OMO. You're the first one up.
KJ7RMO in the group, VK5. Tango United X-Ray returning. Very good evening there to you, Kimberly. And morning, afternoon, evening to everyone else. Not a lot happening here. Tracking a balloon payload at the moment. Project Horus. Launched a balloon today out north side of Adelaide, so yeah, I've been tracking that for the last hour. The balloon's popped, and what is it? It's at 8250, elevation 3.5 degrees, and it's about 116.8 kilometres away from me, so I'm still just sort of tracking it, just using SDR dongle, Airstream one there. So yeah, hopefully I'm causing minimal amount of disruption at the moment. Hopefully I'm transmitting about 6 megahertz off the receive frequency, so yeah, but at the same time I'm on a handheld, and yeah, handheld SDR dongle, etc. are all in the same Faraday cage. Hi. Yeah. Alright, I'll put it back to you there, Kimberly. I should say yet, but yeah, back to you. KJ7RMO in the group, VK5, Tango United X-Ray.
VK5TUX KJ7OMO returning. Balloon beacon tracking. That sounds like a whole lot of fun. Definitely, I wouldn't mind giving that a try. So I'm pretty sure there's plenty of balloon beacons around here too that we could look for. Next station on the list, Kilo 1 Alpha Lima Foxtrot Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. The mic is yours.
Thank you for doing the net tonight. I think it's going to need you to check me out. Some of my medications got changed the other day, and they're not fitting real well. So this is my final. Good night, everybody.
Alright, Kilo 1 Alpha Lima Foxtrot from Kilo Juliet 7 Oscar Mike Oscar. No problem, Brandy. We'll check you out. Feel better soon, and we'll see you next time. N3VEM KJ7OMO. We'll toss the microphone over to you. Try not to drop it. Hi.
I'll do a fancy lunge across my office and catch it midair. So yeah, this is N3VEM. Good evening, Kimberly and everybody else on the net. And the babies are all fast asleep. So at the moment, I don't have any third-party traffic. But like usual, one of these rounds, you'll probably come back to me, and all of a sudden I'll be gone. But if I get a chance to give you a warning before that happens, I will. And yeah, I've been up to all kinds of stuff these last couple weeks. I've have some new rocket boards for a new electronic payload for another version of the rocket that myself and my eldest kind of brainstormed together. So we're working on a fourth version of our radio rocket that has a very fancy sounding name. So in perfect 12-year-old fashion, the name evolved as we went, and so we've ended up now that we're building Radio Rocket version 4 Quadratus, aka Bertha the Hagfish. There's a whole story behind that name that maybe I'll have to tell sometime. But yeah, I've been working on that rocket stuff and dabbling with some art and stuff, and programming some radios for the repeater that'll eventually find its way towards you and Yuma. So I've got all of that stuff kind of all piled on my table in my middle of my office that I've been dabbling at these last few weeks. So yeah, I'll pass it around the horn for now, but yeah, have all kinds of fun stuff I'm working on to share about. N3 VEM, back to net.
All right, we have Vance the Rocket Man, N3VEM from KJ7OMO, returning. No screaming per third-party traffic, but that's okay. A quiet shack is a good shack. No interference coming from external sources, so that is good. And yeah. That rocket stuff sounds really fun, not gonna lie, and that's a funny name. Funny name for a rocket. Alright, well, glad you got those going on. They're pretty good. Everything is on the up and up with the rocket stuff, and yeah, thanks for the update on the repeater stuff. Definitely looking forward to that. Alright, KC3 VIU KJ7OMO, you're up next. A rocket man.
This is KC3 VIU. Hope my signal's doing okay. I think I'm playing out a different headphone tonight. Keep this relatively short for the moment. Looking forward to going to the Hamfest tomorrow. It says it's 31 miles away and take roughly 45 minutes to get there, so out towards Philly. And first Hamfest as an official ham. I've been to plenty before it, so not even sure exactly what I'd be looking for. Finances are kind of limited, but I'll go out there and see what's available. I would like to see if I can find something that would let me transmit with some kind of range other than my HT. But we'll see what I find. So this is KC3VIU back to net control.
KC3VIU KJ7OMO returning. Your headset sounds pretty good. Probably on the low side on the microphone audio, but other than that, you're sounding pretty good. And yeah, good on you on the Hamfest. First Hamfest as an official ham. That's pretty exciting. And yeah, hopefully you'll find something. I did, as for my end of the things, I did, found one of those super cheap, HF transceivers on Amazon, and I gave that a try, and it turned out to be an absolute disaster. So, it's on its way back to Amazon, and I got my money back on that piece of trash, but it was very cheap, so I didn't, when I initially got it, I didn't spend too much to get it, but, I was desperate, and I picked the wrong kind of thing, so now I'm without HF again, at least for a while. But, I do have something in the works that'll hopefully get my micro bit X back up and running, so that I can at least get back on the air. Hopefully. That's if this little rig is even fixable, but we'll see. Alright, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if we have any additional check-ins out there. If you're looking to check into the Pride Radio Group Net, all I need are your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you're welcome to share your pronouns too if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, and I'm looking for more check-ins to the Pride Radio Group Net. All right, no additional check-ins at this time, so we'll toss it back up to VK5TUX, KJ7OMO.
Yeah, KJ7RMO in the group, VK5 Tango United X-Ray returning. Well, I haven't received a packet for the last 5 minutes or so the balloon might be on the ground. Oh, and this is a amateur balloon there too, Kimberly. Hang on, we might actually be blanketing out the what's we call it, the SDR. Anyway, yeah, I'll put it back to you there, Kimberly. I've still got to grab a coffee and what have you. I'm sort of not quite ready for the net. Hi. Yeah, I'll put it back to you. KJ7RMO in the group, VK5 Tango United X-Ray.
VK5TUX, KJ7OMO returning. Yeah, no worries, mate. We'll get back to you once you're all coffeed up. N3VEM, KJ7OMO. We'll toss it back over to you.
Okay, well, yeah, and I'm also working on my coffee, but I'm almost at the bottom of my current mug, so I'll have to start myself a new one soon too. And yeah, the balloon tracking, I get a kick out of tracking the balloons also. While putting trackers in the model rockets, a lot of them are the same. I use the same trackers that a lot of folks use in their balloons. And yeah, I'm actually, as we're talking, I'm drawing little trace lines in KiCad, designing a kind of like the carrier board that the tracker will mount to, and the battery, power supply, and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, the light APRS trackers are one of the common ones anyway. So those are the ones I use in the rockets because they're kind of the smallest that fit nicely in the rockets, and they're one of the common ones in balloons too. So yeah, there's actually not too far from KC3 VIU and I headed east a little bit towards Philly, Villanova University. Their college ham radio club launches balloons pretty often, and every now and then I can, when they have a balloon that gets up high enough, I can receive its APRS packets directly. So I enjoy tracking their balloons when they send them up in addition to my little model rockets. Unfortunately, my model rockets don't get high enough for anybody to track unless you're within probably 20 or 30 miles or so, because we're only going up a couple thousand feet with our little rockets. So those balloon folks are going quite a bit higher than that. So yeah, balloon and rocket tracking is there's a lot of fun dabbling around with that stuff. Back to net, N3 VEM.
N3VEM, KJ7, returning. Oh yeah, there's definitely a lot of fun in that. And those are two of the things that I would love to try someday. Launch a balloon and track it. Launch rockets and track them. Just some of the items on the to-do list for way later on. Alright, KC3VIU, KJ7, OMO. We'll toss it over to you.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much more you can get with the current system, but I think I was unaware of the Villanova balloon launch, so I'm going to have to check into that. Probably use an SDR just to receive that, and then punch the signal out from that to the decoding software, so that would be interesting. Are there any tips out there for for me, as far as from other folks, the things absolutely not to buy at the Hamfest tomorrow. Things would be like, no, you definitely don't want to do that, or yes, these are good things. That, like, oh, I bought my first directional Yankee beer, or I bought, that kind of thing. I'm just trying to just kind of source some advice and keep the chat going. KC3VIU, back to net control. KJ7, OMO.
KC3VIU, KJ7, returning, there are a few things, be sure to take a look around for a band conditions spray. All you have to do is spray that around your antennas and magically all the DX will come in. Another one to look for is, SWR grease. You just put that stuff around the wires, screw it on, bam, instant 1-to-1 SWR. Okay, if you haven't figured it out already from the giggling, yeah, I'm only joking. Oh yeah, there's another one. It's called a cable stretcher, right? If your cable is just barely, just barely reaches where you need to plug it into, but not quite, just get out the cable stretcher, stretch that cable out real good, and then you can plug it in. Okay, I'm only joking. No, those are real. Alright, we're at the bottom of the list, so do we have anybody else out there wishing to check into the Pride Radio group net? All I need are your call signs solely, twice, and phonetically, and you're welcome to share your pronouns too if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, she, her, looking for more check-ins to the Pride Radio group net. Alright, do we have anyone else out there wishing to check in? Anyone else out there at all wishing to check in? KJ7 OMO standing by for additional check-ins to the Pride Radio group net. Alright, we have we have no one else at this time, so we're gonna kick it back up to VK5TUX KJ7 OMO.
KJ7, I'm in the group VK5 Tango United X-Ray returning. It looks like I'm not going to get much more data out of this balloon. I lost it at 2,038 metres off the ground, or an elevation of 0.4 degrees for me at a 117.8 kilometres distance there. Yeah, it's a local club here that's put on the balloon there, AREG, it's their Project Horus. It's been running for years, actually, probably good 10 years or so. The balloon's been running, but yeah, today they launched it out. Okay, I'm looking at the telemetry on SundyHub.org at the moment, and it's at 347 metres above the ground, and it did get a maximum of 34,665 metres up in the air there. So it was fun. Adds a little bit more interest to a Sunday. That is for sure. It'd be nice if balloons, besides weather balloons, were launched a little bit more often. But hey, what can you do? You take them when you can get them. Basically, hi. Yeah, and I still haven't got that coffee yet, so I am going to go get that coffee this time. KJ7 OMO in the group, VK5 Tango United X-Ray.
VK5TUX KJ7 OMO returning. Yeah, no worries, mate. Hopefully you'll get your coffee soon and you'll be ready to roll. N3VEM KJ7 OMO, over to you.
Okay, yeah, well, and I'll have a stab at answering Phoebe's question too, as far as what to avoid and what to look for at the Hamfest. So, yeah, the only thing I tell folks to not necessarily avoid, but look at very dubiously is connectors. You know, if you see folks with their big bins of, RF connectors out, there's a lot of kind of chintzy, not so great connectors flying around in the world out there. So look very hard at them. Make sure they're like, brand name or at least look in pretty decent shape if you end up picking up any connectors. And the thing that I love about Hamfest now is two things. One is because it's so easy to look up what stuff costs online now. When I'm at a Hamfest and I'm walking up and down the aisles, if I see something that catches my eye, I'll stop and look at it, see what they want for it, and then if the person starts saying, "Oh, do you want this?" I'll usually say, "Well, let me think about it," and I'll just walk a loop around the next aisle and I'll look it up online while I'm walking back around the loop again to see if their price is actually decent or not. And if their price is okay, then I'll circle back around and grab it. And then the other thing that I like to do is, as things are winding down, walk around near the end, because if people have big, heavy stuff, a lot of times they're really eager to just get rid of it instead of loading it back in their cars. So sometimes the best deals are to be had right as people start packing up to leave, because then they just want to offload the stuff and go home. So, yeah, those are my only real Hamfest tips for you, Phoebe. Back to net, N3 VEM.
N3VEM from KJ7 OMO returning. Those are some very good tips there. Very useful information. Hopefully I'll get to participate in a Hamfest here one of these days. But for right now, we'll kick it over to KC3VIU, KJ7 OMO. Back over to you.
Yes, I agree, very much so. Yeah, great tips. These are the kind of things that I would otherwise be perhaps not as mindful about, when I'm in the midst of doing such things. So, you can kind of get caught up in the moment. But yeah, definitely connectors are something I can be kind of fussy about. I did a lot of test work, and connectors have just got to be solid. Now, mind you, if you're home and you're like, okay, I just need to kind of patch this together, then at least you know that, okay, yeah, if there's something going wrong, the signal's not making out, or things aren't clear, then that's probably the part of the issue. You can always try and troubleshoot it. But yeah, you don't want to, make it a habit of needing to do that. So for sure, good quality connectors are very important. Yeah, I think basically I'm going to be looking for any kind of smaller directional VID. I'm not even sure what I lost at this point. Anyway, I'm sorry, a little dead air there. I'll just go ahead and send it back to net. This is KC3 VIU, back to net control, KJ7, OMO.
KC3VIU, KJ7, OMO returning. Alright, I have no comment, but, we're gonna check out, check with Radioland here and see if, there's anybody else out there wishing to, check in to the Pride Radio Group Net. If you'd like to join us in the rag queue, all I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. You're welcome to share your pronouns too if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, and I'm looking for more check-ins to the Pride Radio Group and net. Do we have any additional check-ins? Any additional check-ins to the Pride Radio Group Net before we kick it right back up to the top? Please come now if you'd like, with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, if you'd like to check in to the Pride Radio Group Net. My pager's going off, that's why y'all hearing the beeping. I can't exactly find where it is right now, so I'll sort that out later. Alright, hearing nothing. VK5TUX, KJ7OMO. The microphone is yours. Once again, hopefully you've got your coffee there and you're good to go. Back over to you.
KJ7RMO in the group, VK5 Tango United X-Ray returning. Yeah, no problems there, Kimberly. I'm back, I have coffee, and I've just having a look at the Project Horus thing here, which gives some statistics. I've uploaded 665 packets, and Autumn has done 1,881 packets there, and Mark 1,847. So they're basically the two chasing cars there, that's chasing the balloon. What else is there of interest? Oh, in the afternoons, gangbusters on 15 metres, been loving it the last couple of days. Been getting into Europe, long path, and really good. And especially when you turn around and you go, and they ask you, what sort of power are you doing? And you turn around and go, 10 whiskies. And they like, nah, you're not doing that. And they're doing like 800 whiskies or what have you. And yeah, a Netherlands guy, I swear he fell out of his seat at least 3 times yesterday afternoon, because I worked him, and sort of not long after he abruptly semi-abruptly entered the QSO really quickly, after I told him, I was only doing QRP. And next, another VK5 pops up straight after me to him, down on from KI, and the Netherlands guy asked him, just a curiosity, what sort of power are you putting out? And he turns around and goes, yeah, QRP, 10 whiskies, and this Netherlands guy goes, okay, hang on, let me take another chunk. And yeah, he goes, okay, let me try and contact you on what I'm driving my amp with. And he goes, that's about 8 watts. So yeah, I'm sitting here listening still and going, yep, I can hear you on 8 watts. I can't hear the station down on KI, by the way. So what information I'm gathering it from the Netherlands guy. And he goes, oh, wow, that's actually astonishing that, you know, you can still hear me on 8 watts as well, long pass. And it's like, well, hang on, you know, got 10 going one way, 8 coming the other way, you know, it's pretty decent going there. And yeah, that was when, you know, the third time I think he fell off his seat was when he realised he could get back on 8 watts as well. So yeah, 15 metres at the moment. Long path into Europe is, yeah, really fun at the moment. Really enjoying it, especially because we've got a high sunspot count as well too there. So anyway, I think I've waffled enough, Kimberly, so I shall put it back to you. KJ7IMO and the group VK5 Tango United X-Ray.
VK5TUX KJ7OMO returning. Holy cow. Wow. 15 meters alive and well. Doing so good that you're doing very long range contacts with QRP, you know, with 10 watts or less. That is freaking amazing. Amazing. And yeah, I need to see if I can hurry up and do something with my broken down rig so that I could try and get back on the air again. Probably gonna see if I could at least get another main board or something for it so that I can get that rig back up and running again, because I've been missing out on a lot of HF action. But while I had the world's crappiest Amazon HF rig special thingamajiggy, I don't know, I think it's the it's the USDX or some dumb thing. Looks like a clone of it. While I had that briefly in my possession, I was able to make some digital 20-meter contacts out of it here just last night, actually, on a 20-meter FT8, and I also did some, a VARA contact into Europe. Holy cow, 20 meters into Europe, late in the evening here in the US, oh my god, it was freaking insane. I was getting Europe stations and also Japan stations left and right. It was freaking wild, very wild. Europe and Japan was coming in. I was also hearing some VK and ZLs in there as well. It was a great night. And yeah, too bad I had to return that radio, but, you know, there was a lot of reasons why I had to return it to Amazon. It was a very problematic little tiny 5 watt rig. So many problems with it. It's just one thing after another. So rather than dealing with the issues, I just returned that little thing back to Amazon where it came from. So now I'm trying to find out my options for my broken down micro BitX and see if I can get that rig back up and running again so that I could take advantage of this good DX while it's still happening. We're gonna send it back to N3VEM KJ7OMO. perhaps his babies have awakened and have started stirring up a ruckus, screaming in the background. We might possibly hear third-party traffic, I don't know. We'll try N3VEM again, KJ7OMO. While I munch on this cookie. Or biscuit if there are any UK people watching. But we call them cookies. Alright, I'm assuming that Vance had to step away to take care of his children. So we're going to toss it over to KC3VIU, KJ7OMO.
Wow. I mean, working Europe on 5 or 8 watts, that's incredible. My dad's friend who went silent keys about 6 or 7 years ago told me he was working in Russia a long time ago on 2 watts from southwestern Pennsylvania. That blew my mind. I'm thinking 2 watts. I mean, I picture the little night lights that are available for sale here in the United States, the old filament, the incandescent ones, and looked at that and thought, a fraction of that. Imagine trying to see that light from that distance and then bouncing off of a quote atmospheric mirror unquote, and trying to visualize these things. And it's like, it's so awesome. That's kind of why I want to go to the Hamfest tomorrow, see if I stumble across something. And I've not had the opportunity to work any of those different, the quote shortwave bands, or 40, 20, 10 meters, that kind of stuff. And then the whole high thing that they called that shortwave at one time. Mercy. It's insane. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and put it back to net control. KC3VIU, back to KJ7, OMO.
KC3VIU from KJ7, OMO, returning. Yeah, I know, right? It's, mind-blowing that a mere 2 watts could travel so doggone far. Unbelievable. I've, hold on a second. I have to deal with this here. And but yeah, there is a one time someone, I believe this was in Australia, if I'm not mistaken, they did a test where they turned their HF rig's output power all the way down to freaking microwatts. And they were still able to pull off a contact with just a mere few microwatts. I don't remember how many microwatts, but it was in the microwatts range. And it's just blown me away that they were still able to pull that contact off on HF. But anyhow. We have an in-and-out check-in from Madison. Kilo 5, Sierra Yankee November. Thank you for checking in via the YouTube livestream. And we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if we have any other folks out there wishing to check in. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, she, her, and I'm looking for more check-ins to the Pride Radio Group net.
Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta.
Well, what do you know?
Victor Kilo 3, Juliet Echo Delta.
Well, what do you know? What a pleasant surprise! And Madison, my apologies for the name screw up on the netlogger. It instantly pulls from the FCC database, so yeah, it is what it is. Am I hallucinating? Or did I just heard the voice of Tony VK3JED come on the air? It's been a while, Tony. It's been a while. We got you down. Who else is out there? VK3JED KJ7 OMO. Go ahead and take it.
Yeah, g'day Kimberley. Everyone else has been a while. Yeah, but I am here. And even then I'm late because haven't long got home from work. Did a morning shift that popped up at the last minute. I thought I'd take it. Finished at 12:30, net starts at 12. And yeah, by the time I got back it was sort of getting on around 1:45. What is it now? 20 past 1. So yeah, a few other things sort of crept in and time passed, as they say. But yeah, you're wondering where I've been. Mostly out running races. Yeah, I think since the last time I came up. Oh yeah, there was 1 week I was here, but the net wasn't on, I think. But I've been to the Gold Coast, run one up there, near a place called Southport, which is just near Surfers Paradise, which is a name that's known around the world. Been to Sydney, did a run on the Sydney Harbour, which was quite spectacular. Another one up on an interstate run, effectively, started on the border in New South Wales, ran through Victoria and then back to New South Wales. That was last Sunday. And a few other things like that. So that's where I've been wondering where I've got to. Effectively life's just got in the way. And yeah, here you're talking about DX. I used to regularly work into Eastern Europe, the former, actually, it was around the time of the, I think, yeah, it was still the former USSR, I think, at the time. But yeah, what we now know is Russia. Yeah, several of the Baltic states, and those sort of places quite regularly on 15 metres with 10 watts into a random bit of wire. It was a FT7 barefoot, so 10 watts was all I had. Yeah, nice little radio that was too. It was borrowed from another local ham at the time. That was back in 1989. First, only a few months after I originally got my licence. So that was my first HF experiences, and lots of Japan on 15 metres. It was like now pretty much the height of the cycle, but never did any good on 10. 10 was a band I always struggled on, but 15 did really, really well. Anyway, that can do for the first round. KJ7 RMO with the group VK3JED.
VK3JED from KJ7 OMO returning. My goodness, you've been all over the place. Wow, with your racing and competitions and whatnot. It's amazing. And yeah, hopefully you got to, see some of the other Pride Radio group members over there in Sydney. Ray, Jared, etc., etc., etc. And yeah, it's good. Definitely good hearing you again. And yeah, it's amazing that you were able to work the DX on such low powers way back then. But now with the solar cycle that's up again, that kind of thing is happening again. So yeah, it's amazing what you can do with radio, especially when the solar cycle is way up there. Alright, we're going to kick it back to VK5TUX, KJ7, OMO. Go ahead and take it.
KJ7OMO in the group, VK5 Tango United X-Ray returning. Very good afternoon to you there, stranger, Tony that is. Hope you're doing well. Sounds like you're keeping fit as per usual. Hi. I don't think you ever stop running. Wouldn't surprise me if you run in your sleep. Hi. See, this is what actually astounds me with radio is people pump thousands upon thousands of dollars into a radio, just into the rig itself, and they've spent all that money on that rig, and then they wonder why they're not getting out very well, because they haven't bothered about doing anything with their antenna. Your antenna is your most important part. You work your antenna first, then you work your rig. And yes, the FT7 there, Tony, great little radio. I have one of those myself. But mine needs to go on the bench and have a operation there. So one day I'll pull that out of storage and actually work on it. But yeah, if you want to get out well, work on your antenna first. Get your antenna really nicely done and what have you there. Then look at your rig there. Like I've just got a FT 450D that I run here, and I run it into an end-fed half-wave antenna there, and most of my work has been done in on the antenna in the way of the transformer at the feed point, the common mode current choke that chokes off the counterpoise because I use my coaxial counterpoise, etc., just all those sorts of little things there. Let me take another chunk. Yeah, all those little things there, help to, get your signal out there. Then, look at your rig, look at your sound processing and everything else that you want to do. And, if you want a good signal, where you're actually on SSB putting out the maximum amount of power, etc., that you want, and not waste a drop. Make sure, check yourself on an SDR and make sure that you're doing 3 kilohertz worth of bandwidth of audio. But look at your audio there, where that make sure that your highs and your lows are all even. So that means, when you transmit, you are putting out your maximum audio frequency there, which then results in better power output from your transmitter. so you're not actually wasting anything. As for micro power, there's a guy here that's a prolific homebrew builder, VK3YE. Tony will probably know him, Peter Parker. He's got a YouTube channel and everything like that. When I had my F-call back in the 20-teens, I worked Peter, and he was doing something like 100 milliwatts from a park. No, it wasn't a park, I think it was down on the beach. From basically Melbourne through to Adelaide, and he was only doing like 100 milliwatts, and that was on 40 metres. So that was during the day as well, and that's not too bad there when you're talking. It was totally homebrew, etc., etc. So, and it was double sideband, not single sideband as well. So, anyway, I'll put it back to you there, Kimberly. KJ7RMO in the group of VK5 Tango United X-Ray.
VK5TUX from KJ7OMO returning. That's chock-a-block full of stuff there, holy moly. But yeah, VK3YE, I believe that was the station that I saw one time on YouTube doing some extreme QRP contacts. Alright, we're gonna... Looks like we got third-party traffic from YouTube, who is still working on their US and Canadian ham licenses. Hopefully they've made some progress with that. Welcome aboard, Xanatax. Good to see you on the chat again. Let's see. No other chats on... no chats on Twitch and Kick at this time. So we're going to kick it back. We're going to kick it over to N3VEM, KJ7OMO. Go ahead and take it away, Vance. November 3, Victor Echo Mike, Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. You there, Vance? Alright, well, looks like he's gone, so we're going to check him out, and he's more than welcome to check back in if the net's still going. KC3VAU, KJ7OMO, go ahead and take it.
Okay, yeah, at this point I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I want to be sure to be able to get up somewhat early tomorrow. So, thank you very much for the conversation, folks, and the hints and tips. Yeah, this low power stuff, I mean, it really does, it's almost like contemplating the infinite for me. It really is, it leaves me in a state of awe. Anyway, so I don't lock up again. Again, thanks for the conversation and whatnot. I'll look forward to talking to everyone next week, and I'll be listening. So this is KC3VIU saying 73 and 33, and I'm clear on final.
No worries, Xanatax. Life does happen. KC3VIU, KJ7, OMO returning. Yeah, no worries, mate. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll say 7-3 to you, and 33 and all the other numbers too, and we'll catch you next time. You have a wonderful night. VK3, JED, KJ7, OMO, you're up next.
Okay, Kimberley, and yeah, you're right, I have been around a bit, halfway up the east coast and a few places in between, and no, I didn't get to catch up with Ray or Jared or anyone this time. Combination, we didn't make a lot of contact, plus actually ended up, I was staying with friends, we had a lot going on. It was only in Sydney for a few days. Yeah, one day we went sort of exploring the south coast between Sydney and Wollongong. We did a real mixture, a bit of beach hiking in the forest, by the river, up and down hills. Yeah, that was a really good day out. And then the next day we went into Sydney itself and had a look at an exhibition called Qtopia. It's a queer museum. So yeah, that was really good. Mostly New South Wales, Sydney-based history, but national as well. And that was brilliantly done. Only $15, so that was quite cheap. And then that was Friday, Saturday, so yeah, Sunday I raced in the morning on the harbour, and in the afternoon went out and drove model trains with the guys so, out in Western Sydney, and then the day after that flew home. So yeah, it ended up being a very packed weekend, that one in Sydney. Anyway, I'm now back on to my speed work for next summer. Still got a few longer races, but yeah, starting to focus more on going fast rather than going long. And yeah, I know Peter well. I've known him for about 25 years. That was the very end of the... When he moved to Melbourne sort of around the very late 90s or early noughties. It was. He'd come over from VK6 and he was very heavily into operating from public transport on those days. And I worked in an office, so I was frequently heard from a train, so we sort of had that thing in common and made the connection that way. And did a lot of stuff back in the day, including working each other via satellite from various forms of transport. So yeah, we did it all. And yeah, saw some of his QRP stuff. But yeah, he's good value, very active and always doing something interesting. Hoping he comes to the Hamfest up here next week. We've got a Hamfest in town here. We'll call it Radio Fest because it's not just for amateurs, also want to attract CB and general electronic enthusiasts, those that play on microcontrollers and other stuff. So that's on in a week's time. I might even be able to get on the net from it, or can I? Yeah, possibly. We'll play that one by ear. But yeah, it should be a good day, and looking forward to it. Anyway, KJ7 RMO with the group VK3 JED.
VK3 JED KJ7 OMO returning. I lost my train of thought, unfortunately, so I'm unable to give a comment because, yeah, my brain tends to short circuit a lot. But yeah, that sounds like you had a lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if we have additional folks out there wishing to check into the Pride Radio Group Net. All I need are your call signs, slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you're welcome to share your pronouns too if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, and I'm looking for additional check-ins to the Pride Radio Group Net. Do we have any additional check-ins to the Pride Radio Group Net? Please come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and we'll get you added to the list. Well, it's just the three of us here for now. VK5TUX KJ7OMO. Go ahead and take it.
KJ7RMO in the group, VK5, Tango United X-Ray returning. Yeah, no problems there, Kimberley. Trying to think what else I've got to add there. Not a lot at the moment. Yeah, I'd love to get to the Bendigo ham radio and electronics fest there, but yeah, unfortunately, yeah, won't be able to do it, but hopefully this year will be a success, and next year they will do it again, and I'll plan on getting to Bendigo next year, and it probably might be the first time that I'll be able to meet Tony there, but hopefully I might be able to catch up with Tony before then, because I think he's got a running meet over here at some stage in South Australia, so might be able to catch up with him then, etc. Which will be good. So yeah. Anyway, afternoon to you then there again, Tony. Yeah, I'll put it back to you there. Kimberley, KJ7RMO in the group. VK5 Tango United X-Ray.
VK5TUX KJ7OMO returning. Hopefully one of these days I'll be able to show up to that radio fest. Hi. Oh, perhaps one day if I ever come to VK land. VK3JED KJ7OMO. Back over to you.
Yeah, okay. Just making sure I'm getting through. I've done a change of mode. Yes, that's working well. I'm hearing myself come back on All-Star. I'm now on YSF System Fusion because I have the FTM 400 when I'm not using it parked on the hotspot. However, it wasn't working before. Lost the work site, so I rebooted the hotspot and it's all come up. And now I've got Fusion on the radio, so all good. And yeah, over Easter I should be over your way there, Dale. So hopefully we'll catch up then. And then yeah, if you've months later, you come and have a look around here. Yeah, it's supposed to have our the National Athletics Championships in Adelaide over Easter, which always good. I did well in Hobart this year, so I'm hoping, I'm starting to do the groundwork now, but hoping I'll be even better by the time we get over to Adelaide. Yeah, there's still a little more travel planned. I think on what's going on there. Hope to get back up to Adelaide at some stage. And not Adelaide, up the Gold Coast, or Brisbane actually, in November for the Pan Pacific Masters Games. And yeah, then the next trip after that will be Adelaide Easter, so yeah, it'll be a long break, but lots happening over summer. Don't have my midsummer travel because the country championships are actually here. As for the Radio Fest, yeah, it should be good. I'm hoping it'll be a success. Yeah, and hoping that we can repeat it again next year. And yeah, a good chance we might see Peter VK3YE come up. But also would really like to, I did put the word out on the Skids channel to see the VK3s come up from Melbourne. No, at least 2 of the 3 locals will be there. Haven't spoken to Alex yet, but I know Pete and myself will definitely be at the Hamfest. So we could have 100% turnout of the Bendigo contingent of Pride Radio to see who comes up from Melbourne and beyond. KJ7OMO with the group VK3JD.
VK3JED from KJ7 OMO returning. Awesome stuff right there. Alright. We're at the bottom of the list, so who else is out there? There's got to be another person out there. Don't make me bring out the that tree shaker thingamajig that shakes the tree so hard that it breaks it. Come on now. There's got to be someone else out there. So if you'd like to check in via the Pride, if you want to check into the Pride Radio Group Net, all I need are your call signs solely, twice, and phonetically. And you're welcome to share your pronouns too if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, and I'm looking for more check-ins to the Pride Radio Group Net.
This is VK3, PWJ, Victor Kilo 3, Papa Whiskey Juliet, VK3, PWJ, Peter.
Finally, we got somebody! Well, what do you know? All I have to do is threaten to shake the trees real hard and we got someone. VK3, Papa Whiskey Juliet, we got you down. Who else is out there? Alright, VK3PWJ, KJ7OMO. Take it away.
KJ7OMO, VK3PWJ routine. It's a pretty bare tree, only one nut fell down, thanks to Shake It. I was a bit late getting on, been a bit busy doing some work. It's too much today not to be doing something. Spring is on the way. Hope everyone's well. I'm not sure who else is on the net at this stage, but hello to everyone from Bendigo, Victoria, Australia. I think Tony might have been on the end of the last over, not sure, but hello VK3JD if you're there as well. back to you.
VK3PWJ from KJ7. I'm returning. Oh yeah, he's very much here. You're the ninth station checked in so far, but most of the stations have gone away, so it's just the four of us at the moment. VK5TUX KJ7OMO. Back over to you.
KJ7IMO in the group, in the ever-growing group. Good to see that the Tree Shaker 9000 Mark III is working well. Hi. As Peter said, one nut dropped out. One nut better than no nuts there. Yeah, not sure where I'm going with that one, but I'll leave it alone now.
Oh my God.
A very good afternoon to you there, Peter. Good to meet up with you again, and yeah, welcome to the Pride Radio Group worldwide digital net there. So yeah, it's almost summer here again. It's 21.8 degrees outside, and it's only getting warmer to midweek.
Beautiful temperatures in Celsius.
We're meant to be getting some rain coming in for a couple of days, but yeah, we're really desperately needing the rain here, unfortunately. There, but you know, it's nice to have this good weather, but at the same time, like I said, we really need the rain there. And yeah, well, yeah, you have to remind me when it gets closer there, Tony, for Easter next year, to catch up with you, and that, because I'll bring my camera and whatnot down and try and get some good photos and what have you, and yeah, pop them onto a USB stick for you to take home, etc. With you. So yeah, not much else is happening here. Just waiting for Peter VK3PF to appear on 40 metres, because he's activating a rare park, so I wouldn't mind getting that one in the log. So back to you there, Kimberly. KJ7IMO in the group, VK5 Tango United X-Ray.
VK5TUX KJ7OMO returning. Wow, approximately 22 Celsius. That is perfect weather. Perfect weather. Can't get any better than that. But yeah, unfortunately, that perfect weather ain't gonna last very long for y'all, cause as we're getting into winter. Well, right now we're in the middle of summer, but as we start going into fall and eventually winter, y'all are gonna start roasting. So, you know, in summer. So, yeah. But yeah, 22 Celsius, definitely take that for sure. So much better than what we're getting now in the with the extreme 40 plus Celsius weather. It's insane here. VK3JED KJ7OMO, go ahead and take it.
Yeah, that sort of hands across suddenly. Yeah, and just re-issue the brain was in a very different context to the question asked, so yeah, the answer's totally different to what you first saw. You check your phone again. Tony's 17, self here. It's nice and sunny. We're expecting a few 19s over the next few days. The rain's supposed to start late on Thursday, hopefully after training. Don't want to miss out on speed day, which is normally Thursday. The other days I do it are usually a bit longer, like yesterday was. Tuesday's usually slightly, not as long as I have been doing over winter, but more for 400 metre type work. And yeah, funny I mentioned your name there, Peter, and up your top, I reckon you were listening. You've been sandbagging on the net, so guess we'll find out in a little bit. There was mention in reference to who was going to be at the Radio Fest next week, which I mentioned that you and I would be, and I know there's one other Pride member in the club. Don't know whether he'd be there or not. I'd say quite likely. He might even have a job. I didn't check the list that's been posted out. Notice they corrected the other one, which you mentioned to me the other day when we caught up as well. Anyway, so it's just, third-party traffic, Mark says hello. Because when Kimberly asked anyone else out there, he sort of pointed to himself and said, you need a licence, so he's counting the third-party traffic. That's the best I can do. Haven't convinced him yet to get a foundation. Maybe Peter likes to tell him how easy it is. You've already got it. Anyway, KJ7OMO with the group VK3JD.
VK3JED KJ7OMO returning. So we have, along with third-party traffic Mark, I'll say hello back to him from the state of Arizona in the United States. And so, from what I gather, Mark is a bit hesitant on getting licensed. Well. Time that we fix that, It's time that we fix that, What if we threaten to assimilate him like the Borg? So, yeah, you will be assimilated. Resistance is futile. Alright, VK3PWJ KJ7OMO, over to you.
VK3PWJ returning. Thank you. Yes, resistance is futile. G'day, Mark. You'll be infected by the radio disease. I wasn't listening before, so that's just a chance. I just finished what I was doing and turned the radio on when Kimberly was talking about shaking the tree. So I didn't muck around. I didn't want to be the last thing to fall out of the tree. So it's the first and only thing. So maybe there's some more hanging on tightly somewhere, Kimberly. Yes, I'm glad you got that list, Tony. I don't think it's been changed since then. It might get changed again tomorrow. We had a 2-hour meeting yesterday on site, and that was quite good. If the weather's as good as this weekend, we'll be laughing. That's certainly, I think, looking on the long-range forecast to be quite fine, which was going to be a big advantage on the day and a lot less stressful for all us workers. Good afternoon, also Dale. Nice to hear you again. On the Rio, the modifications or changes to my system here with Tony the other day have proven to be quite good. Everything's working well, clear. I'm even getting some people's call signs coming up on the A's who first time I've seen them do that, so that's something new for me. Probably needs a little bit more tweaking in the settings, but as Tony says, I need to read the manual. I won't say the colloquialism for that, but that's the tricky one. Okay, that'll do me for this round, so back to you in the group, KJ7OMO, this is VK3PWJ.
VK3PWJ KJ7 OMO returning. Yeah, no worries, mate. We're gonna fire up that Tree Shaker 9000 Mark III again, and we'll see if we could drop some more nuts from the tree. Hi. Do we have any additional folks out there wishing to check in to the Pride Radio Group Net? All I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you're welcome to share your pronouns too if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, she, her, and I'm looking for more check-ins to the Pride Radio Group Net. Wow, I guess we're gonna have to install the Mark IV upgrade on this thing. Hi. Any additional check-ins out there for the Pride Radio Group Net? Please come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. VK5TUX KJ7OMO, go ahead and take it.
KJ7RMO in the group, VK5 Tango United X-Ray returning. Yeah, just because everyone's swapping over to YSF, I thought, okay, I might pop up and give my YSF HT a run, because I was on All-Star before, and I've been on DMR today, so yes, definitely making use of the multi-mode network, that is for sure. And yeah, good to hear that you're getting things worked out there, Peter, with your digital stuff. That is good, and yeah, good that Tony's helping you out, etc. So yeah, that's good that you've got someone locally that's able to help you out. But you know, if Tony's not around, you're always welcome to pop up on the network here, and I'm either listening or someone will be listening, and yeah, we'll be able to help you out with problems, etc. There as well. But yeah. Yeah, not a lot else happening here. I did work Peter there, VK3PF on 40 metres. So I've got a different park in the log there, which is always good to get new parks in the log. So yeah, don't mind doing that in the past time there. Anyway, I'll put it back to you there, Kimberly, because this radio has no timer. So I'm not sure whether I'll get close to timing out until it goes doo-doo at me. So anyway, back to you there, Kimberly. KJ7RMO in the group, VK5 Tango United X-Ray.
VK5 TUX KJ7 OMO returning. Since y'all are talking on the Fusion radio, I figured just for this transmission, I will also be talking from my Fusion radio, the FT70D in my case, and and yeah, what was I gonna say? Darn, I lost my train of thought. But anyhow, we're gonna kick it over to VK3 JED. This is KJ7OMO. Go ahead and take it, Tony.
Yeah, okay, Kimberly. Yeah, you're quite loud on Fusion. I'm guessing, I know Peter is because I set him up that way, and I'm guessing you are too, Dale, using the conference at this end. So there's no transcoding between the three of us, but I suspect there is a transcode between us and Kimberly, because yeah, we don't have, we need a lot smarter systems to do it, smarter than we've got, so we don't have a coded link between across the ocean. So it's got to go back to PCM and then back to the Fusion format on the other end. But on our end, yeah, we're all on the same reflector. However, there is one way around that problem, and that is if you use DMR, because I also run the DMR bridge. There's no transcoding between Fusion and DMR. So yeah, you can bypass the via PCM by coming in on any of the DMR networks, free DMR, Freestar or TCIF. They're just a simple protocol conversion bridge on the server in Sydney to do that one. But yeah, no, you actually sound quite good on Fusion, Dale, and Kimberly's not bad, just not quite as good, and I think that's the reason. It's not quite as native, just because of the design of the network. It was a compromise that had to be made. Anyway, enough of the technical mumbo jumbo. Yeah, you're sounding good too there, Peter, and we had a bit of fun tweaking the, particularly DMR, because changed Pete's setup from single mode DMR or single network on Brandmeister to supporting same file networks I support. Brandmeister's still in the mix, and it's set up so that no radio reprogramming is needed to continue using that, but added in free DMR and all the other good networks as well on his DMR. Gotta love DMR Gateway. If you've never played with it, do yourself a favour because it's really powerful. Lots of fun to play with. Oops. Yeah. PTT, fairly new Yaesu. PTT is a bit dicky at times. Anyway, yeah, and then it freed up a hotspot to basically dedicate to Fusion. So Pete's also can use his Yaesu as a hotline for Pride, because the Fusion hotspot is generally parked on 50535, which is our end of the Fusion network. KJ7OMO with the group VK3JD.
VK3 JED KJ7 OMO returning via the computer directly to the PCM bridge there via the DV switch client, like I always have been. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it technically has to go through the transcoder, because I'm talking, because when I was on the fusion radio there for that brief moment, I went into my reflector, which of course has to go into the transcode step in order to reach your reflector, where it then gets transcoded back. So, not exactly native, but that's just how the network is designed. Like you said, because, you know, this transcoding thing is necessary for all the modes to be able to talk to each other. But yeah, at least, you know, it's working. It's doing what it's supposed to do, as intended. And at some stage, I do plan on, for right now, setting up an experimental virtual machine locally so that I could see if I can get, you know, everything working on the latest version of either Debian or Ubuntu. You know, get All-Star 3 working on that, the new All-Star 3 update, as well as see if I could figure out a way to get the rest of the digital mode stuff working on a newer version of the operating system. And if everything works out well, then I'll be able to apply the upgrade over to the, you know, to my side of the network. Because I noticed that the current operating system that the network runs on my end is no longer supported, no longer getting security updates, and therefore is vulnerable to, you know, cyber security things, breaches. So now, in order to stay a step ahead of the, you know, not so nice folks out there that want to do cybersecurity breaches, I'll have to see if I could get the operating system updated to the latest one. But for right now, things are going to be fine the way they are. But at some stage, I will be experimenting with upgrading this and that. Oh, I hit the timeout timer. But yeah, I will be experimenting with upgrading this and that. Speaking of timeout timer, the Fusion radios should have one built in. You just have to navigate through the menus and set it manually. Yeah, at some point I'll be experimenting on a temporary virtual machine before I apply it over to the rest of the network. Hopefully I'll be able to get all the latest and greatest stuff on there. Anyhow, we'll toss it back to VK3PWJ, KJ7OMO.
VK3 PWJ returning. Thanks. The technical stuff is a little bit beyond me at this stage. I need to learn a lot more. However, it's interesting, and I've now got getting some more time to my free time self. I might do a bit more study on that sort of thing, and try and keep on adding to improve the system that I've got. Another project. The only thing I haven't checked, Tony, would be I haven't checked the dashboard to see if this is coming up on that. I'll do that on the next over. It's not set up on the computer here, only on the iPad. So I'll do that and see what's happening at that end of it, and I might try and over on the Anytone as well, see how that's going. Apart from that, probably go for a walk shortly. It's too nice today to be inside. And get some fresh air into the lungs. Very good. Back to you in the group, the KJ7 KJ7, OMO in the group, VK3, PWJ.
VK3PWJ from KJ7, OMO returning. Yeah, all this technical stuff takes a while to learn, but you'll get there eventually. Yeah, we tech nerds tend to get a little, oh, how do I say it now? Let's just say we geek out a little too much. Yeah. Because we're so into this tech stuff. Alright, we're gonna fire up that Tree Shaker 9000 Mark III again. And if that don't work, we'll apply the Mark IV upgrade. Woohoo! We'll see if we could drop some more people from these trees and have them check in to the Pride Radio Group net. So if you'd like to check into the Pride Radio Group net, all I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you're welcome to share your pronouns too if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, and I'm looking for more check-ins to the Pride Radio Group net. Ha, that's a silly joke, Sanitax. Alright, we'll apply the Mark IV upgrade, and hopefully that'll be enough to shake some additional people off them trees. Hi. VK5TUX KJ7 OMO, go ahead and take it.
Yeah, no problems there. Kimberley, KJ7 OMO in the group, VK5 Tango United X-Ray returning. Yeah, I'm just trying to nab this ZL on 10 metres. He's up on a SOTA running 10 watts there on 28460. 28460, yeah. Not sure what I said first time, but yeah. Sorry, brain farting at the moment. I'll put it back to you there, Kimberley. KJ7 OMO in the group, VK5 Tango United X-Ray.
VK5TUX KJ7 OMO returning. Yeah, no worries, mate. You're not the only one with a farting brain. VK3 JED KJ7 OMO. We'll go ahead and toss it back over to you.
Yeah, these things happen, and yeah, Mark did wave and say hello. He recognised you there, Peter, as well. So, yeah. Anyway, that little bit of third party from before, speaking of brain fast, took me around to get that one back into the mix. And yeah, I'd be curious what you sound like on Fusion if you come directly in on 50535 there, Kimberley. That would be an interesting test. And yeah, I probably should do what you're doing and spin up a Debian 12 virtual machine. Yeah, it's all written for Debian 12. I've got to see if I can make the other stuff work under Docker, because the existing Docker images do use earlier operating systems, so yeah, and libraries. So with a bit of luck, if I use my Docker setup, it should work okay. That's the theory. I may end up doing a I may end up doing I'll just spin it up, get it all working, and fully migrate across and just change all the IP addresses rather than trying to back and forwarded onto the existing VM and then decommission the current server. I may even just end up doing that once I start it. Or if it proves to be particularly easy, swap the roles, restore a backup, and then change the other one. Yeah, looking at the different options, but yeah, at some stage, I'll look at spinning up Debian 12 and All-Star 3, and then trying to bring the rest back on top. Yeah. Oh, I can at least get All-Star up first, and probably have to do it in stages, upgrade the VM. Once All-Star's working, upgrade the VM so I can fit Docker on it. But there's a few ways I can do it. Anyway, it's always something to play with. Yeah, I'm in the similar boat. It'd be good to upgrade the base OS. KJ70 MO with the group VK3JD.
VK3JED KJ7 OMO returning via System Fusion directly to 50535 on my other hotspot. Yeah, roger that. Yeah, we got a bunch to do in order to get this whole thing all sorted with the latest and greatest software, but yeah, here at some point I definitely will, like I said, get that get the experimentation done on a virtual machine, and we'll see what happens. Here recently, Broadcom decided to make a VMware, the Pro version of VMware Workstation, freely available to anyone, no purchase necessary. So I've been playing around with that, and it seems to work a little better than VirtualBox from my testing, at least for some of the stuff I was testing it with. I noticed that I was testing it with retro gaming actually, and on VirtualBox it didn't play very nicely on VirtualBox, but it does work pretty good on VMware. So it's one of those things. But yeah, I'll definitely spin up a VM for the for testing the Pride Network related stuff, and we'll see what we come up with. Hopefully I'm sounding good coming directly into your YSF reflector there, Tony. And yeah, we'll toss it over to VK3PWJ. This is KJ7 OMO.
Yep. VK3 PWJ returning to KJ7 OMO. Sorry, it caught me with my mouth full, grabbing some late lunch. Coming in very clear on my system here, and I've managed to get in between the others the hotspot dashboard up, and that's all working fine. So I was worried the log wasn't working, but it's just kicked in now. It's just taken a while to recognise what it was doing. So I think that's all good. Never worry too much about the technical stuff. I know what it's involved. I know the limitations of my capacity to do some of that stuff. I'm more on the art side of things, I suppose, my brain, and not so good probably on some of the high-tech stuff. I'll blame it on my teachers from my school days, not doing a good job. But that doesn't mean you can't try. So all good. Nothing much else to say. I'm enjoying listening in. I think it's the first net I've been on for a long time, so it's quite a good to have success in that today. So, KJ7, OMO in the group. This is PWJ 3K3 PWJ returning. It was a bit rusty there.
VK3PWJ from KJ7OMO, returning via computer. No worries, mate. sometimes we all get our call signs mixed up. Even I will occasionally get mine mixed up. Alright, we're at the bottom of the list, so do we have any additional people out there wishing to check into the Pride Radio Network? All I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you're welcome to share your pronouns too if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, she, her, and I'm looking for additional check-ins to the Pride Radio Group Net. Alright, do we have any additional person out there wishing to check in? Anyone else out there? Please come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. Alright, hearing nothing, we're going to switch it back to VK5TUX, KJ7OMO.
KJ7OMO in the group, VK5, Tango United X-Ray, returning. Just listening to this ZL station saying, oh, anything under 500 watts is QRP. Then, okay, if I reply to him with 10 watts, I wonder what he's going to call that. Micropower? It astounds me what people refer to as QRP, high. But anyway, that's one thing that I've got to do there too, Tony, is play around with my virtual machine there, which is running Debian 12, and get the latest All-Star running on it there, the All-Star 3, and then work at getting All-Star to DMR bridging, etc. working and whatnot there, so I can do some stuff there with setting up some All-Star links to free DMR there. So I'll put it back to you there, Kimberly. KJ7 OMO in the group, VK5 Tango United X-Ray.
VK5TUX KJ7 OMO returning. Yeah, no worries. I was going to make a comment on what you said, but I had another brain fart, unfortunately. So we're going to take it straight over to VK3JED KJ7 OMO.
Yeah, all good, and you actually sound quite similar on Fusion as you do coming in on the computer, which makes sense because the amount of encoding taking place is about the same. So yeah, there's not a lot of difference there, Kimberly, and the level's a bit nicer, a bit loud on your reflectors are coming directly in. Your audio level's quite good, more in line with everyone else. Peaks down level for probably a little more might gain needed on the 991 there. But otherwise, all good. And yeah, Dale, you're sounding good on it.
Uh-oh. 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 Yikes, Aroni.
Alright, we'll try that. Yeah, I'll just turn that down for a bit. And yeah, something funny going on there. Yeah, I think I found it. Found a loose connection. Yeah, got to upgrade all this to Anderson power poles one day, but not sure when I'll get around to that. It's on that sort of long to-do list that I never seem to get around to. Because they seem to be the standard for DC, the power poles. So I went around when I started putting all this together. They seem to come a bit later. So yeah, an update needed on that ground. And speaking of updates, another one. And yeah, well, you've done well, Pete. You did all right on your foundation, and I mean, you don't have the advantage of a lifetime in electronics and IT like I've had. So you've come to the party a bit later, and you've picked up a bit. You got the general gist of how it all works, but the rest of it's just learning and practice and sort of going over things again and again, and some of it'll stick. With practice. So yeah, don't be too hard on yourself. You're new to that side of things, so eventually it'll all come to you. But Rome wasn't built in a day, and wherever you're at's always a good spot. You're learning, that's the main thing, you're having a go, and you're enjoying it, so what more do you want? KJ7 arm over, K3JD.
VK3JED KJ7 returning. Yeah, that's what ham radio is all about. You're learning new things all the time, and yeah, it's one of these things. It just takes a while to learn it. I mean, it doesn't all come to you in one day. It takes quite a while. I mean, I've learned a lot since I've gotten into ham radio, starting with the technician class license, and now I'm a general class license, and I'm hoping to get extra at some point, but that's been rather difficult. And for those who don't know, technician is the equivalent of foundation, and general is the equivalent of standard, and extra is the equivalent of advanced. So yeah, I'm just a general right now, but one of these days, if I ever stop procrastinating, I'll go for my extra class ticket and hopefully get it. But yeah, you learn a lot with ham radio. You really do. And yeah, it's a fun hobby. All right, we're going to VK3PWJ next. KJ7OMO.
Yes, KJ7OMO, VK3PWJ returning. Thank you all for the words of encouragement. It's good. And like they say, if you don't use it, you lose it. So practice is very good, and it applies to most things that I dabble in these days anyway. Interesting on the dashboard, Tony, that Dale comes up on the dashboard as JED. I'm not sure why that's happening. Must have something to do with how Dale's coming into the net, maybe. Yeah, plenty to do. The ASU is now giving me beeps at the end of people's terms, which I read in the manual it's supposed to do that, but it hasn't been doing it. And I checked that the setting was correct yesterday, and it was, and it's just only now started doing it in the last couple of rounds. So it beeps when a call is finished in between that and the next one. Not much else to say at this stage, so I'm enjoying listening to the conversations. So back to you, KJ7 OMO, in the group, VK3 PWJ.
How's Antax? Well, gotta fix your Discord, otherwise we won't be able to review the extra class stuff together. But yeah, I understand how busy life can get. And you're not the only one that's disorganized. I'm also a very, very disorganized. Alright, I'm going to start transmitting again. VK3PWJ from KJ7 OMO returning. Yeah, I think you'll do pretty good. Just, keep practicing, keep on hamming it up, and, you can, study the next class license at your own pace, and once you're ready, get that done. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But hey, at least you Aussies down under, your foundation license is better than our equivalent, because you already get to have access to HF, even though it's limited to a mere 10 watts, but at least you have proper HF access. Well, we technicians have well, for us in the U.S., the technicians have extremely restricted HF access. So, yeah. Good thing I got my general upgrade, eh? But yeah, you'll do just fine. You'll be able to eventually be up there where Tony's at on the advanced license and really be able to go ham pretty hard. But you can already go ham pretty good with what you've got. Alright, we're at the bottom of the list, so let's see if we can go ham on other hams and get them to go ham back at us. So if you'd like to, if anybody out there would like to check into the Pride Radio Group net, all I need are your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and you're welcome to share your pronouns too if you like. This is Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar, and I'm looking for more check-ins to the Pride Radio Group net. Alright, we have a momentary key up from the VK2 ROT repeater, but no audio. If there's a station trying to check in, we're gonna give you the opportunity to try again. So, are there any other stations out there wishing to check in? Please come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. Alright, let's try calling whatever station tried to use the VK2 RLT repeater. So, Station on the VK2 ROT repeater. We heard you momentarily key up, but no audio, so we're going to have you try again. If you're on the VK2 ROT repeater, please try your transmission again. No. Alright, well, it looks like they are just not making it into the repeater, unfortunately. So we're gonna kick it back to VK5TUX, KJ7OMO.
KJ7RMO in the group, VK5 United X-Ray returning. Yeah, no problems there, Kimberley. No, I probably missed it over there, and I didn't hear a lot of what people had to say, unfortunately. I thought I would work the ZL QRP station. He was saying he was running QRP at 1 kilowatt, and I laughed and said, hey, I'm just running 10 watts here. So yeah, 10 metres at the moment, open between VK and ZL. But yeah, it's like I said before, it's funny what people call QRP. Yeah, I'm not going to hold it there, Kimberley. I'll stay listening, but I want to grab some lunch and stuff. It's 2 p.m. Here, so my stomach's grumbling and what have you. And yeah, I should really go make a couple of toasted sandwiches. There, do a couple of ham, tomato and cheese toasted sandwiches for lunch, and devour those and continue on listening there. So anyway, thanks for putting on the net, etc. And I'll say cheers at 73 to everyone for now, but I will be listening there anyway. Yeah, nice to catch up with you there again, Tony, and forgot your name, Peter. So yeah, anyway, I'll put it back to you there, Kimberley. KJ7RMO in the group, VK5 Tango United X-Ray, going to standby mode and listening to the end, basically. Back to you there, Kimberley.
VK5TUX KJ7 OMO returning. There we go. I recovered some of what I lost from the brain fart. So yeah, that one ham considering anything under 500 watts QRP, that reminds me of something. A few years ago, I was, tuning around HF. I don't remember if it was on 40 meters or 80 meters. I think it was on 40 meters. Probably was on 80. Yeah, maybe it was on 80 meters. I forget which side. But anyhow, there was a couple of ham radio operators talking. Let's just say they were not being very professional on the air. But anyhow, they were complaining about how anybody who uses less than 1,000 watts is not considered to be a real ham. And that they mentioned that if anybody responds with less than 1,000 watts, they are going to pretend that they are not readable, even though they could be very well readable. And they just went on and on and on, and they basically were trash talking, really badly trash talking people who don't have, 1,000 watts. So at the time, I still had 100 watts, so I keyed up with my 100 watts and I started messing with them a little bit. And then they were like, oh, I don't know, can you hear them? They were misgendering me, unfortunately, but, can you hear them? No, I can't hear anything. Nope. Sorry, but you're not making it through. Even though I very obviously am making it through. But, yeah. Just a bunch of idiots out there. And so that one ZL hams, I guess, is the same way. Don't like other, I guess he doesn't like anything under a certain wattage. It's, you get weird folks like that out there. Anyhow, VK73 Dale, and we'll catch you next time. VK3 JED KJ7 OMO, go ahead and take it.
Right, cheers, Dale. I'll probably comment further on that on Discord rather than here. Might work out where I'm going from that, but yeah, let's just say lids belong on jars, not on the air. Probably as far as I'll take it here, but takes all types, I suppose. Don't have much time for that sort of rubbish, and I reckon QRPs are pretty good achievement if you can do it and succeed, turn the power down. And yeah, when I had 12 elements on 2 metres, it was always fun to see how low I could take the power. And I remember there was one station, they had 19 elements pointing back at me. And between Wood End, 70 kilometres northwest of Melbourne, and Druin, sort of nearly 100, 80 to 100 to the south east, with at least 2 mountains in the way. We were able to communicate quite effectively on simplex through that really awful path with about 2 or 3 watts, and we just kicked the power down, and I think we could be heard at lower, like at the half watt level. I think I could be heard, but it was getting a bit noisy, so we usually kicked the power about 2 or 3 watts each, and just had a nice chin wag away on 2 metre simplex. With all the real bad path and the long distance between us. That was interesting. We always found it more fun and fascinating to see how lower power you could achieve. Higher power sometimes made things more reliable, but lower power in its own way was more fun. And that 10 watts at foundations are allowed, under the right conditions like these days, it'll go halfway around the world, no dramas. Certainly did for me. I was allowed 30 in those days, but the 3 or the 10 was all that the radio would put out, so that's what I ran, and I had no troubles being heard in Europe and that, or Japan. Anyway, I might listen another round, but it's probably getting time to put the mic down and do something else. Been good to be able to sit down and have a chat. And, but as for me, I did go straight to a high level. That was only because I was, technical background. I was, 2/3 to 3/4 of the way through an engineering degree at times, so it was silly not to go for broke on the theory. But I didn't get full access to the Morse rules, were changed in 2000. The first time opened up HF for me, and in 2005 when it was eliminated altogether made no difference because I already had had it from the previous change. Anyway, KJ7OMO with a group VK3JD.
VK3 JED KJ7 returning. Yeah, I second the put the mic down thing, because I also have a few more things I need to do, so I'm probably going to start winding things down as well. VK3 PWJ KJ7 OMO, go ahead and take it.
KJ7 OMO VK3 PWJ returning. Thank you, Kimberly, for running the net today. This will be my last round as well. I just want to get out and do that walk before while the sun is still above the yardarm. I did increase the mic gain, Tony, so I'm not sure if you've noticed the difference with it or not. See how it sounds. You can always increase it more, but I've actually had someone tell me that the other day. I was on 55 on the A2, I'm not sure how high it's meant to be. It's probably a matter of just getting clear indication from somebody that's listening. And it's on 5 watts at the moment. Yes, you hear some strange things. Some days I just have the radio on listening to people talking on local things. And some strange conversations sometimes, but that's so be it. Each to their own. Apart from that, it's been good today to make contact again, and I hope you enjoy, both of you, the rest of the day. So it'll be 73 from me, VK3 PWJ, back to you, KJ7 OMO in the group.
VK3 PWJ from KJ7 OMO returning. Yeah, no worries, mate. 7-3 to you, and thanks for checking in and hanging out. And yeah, we'll definitely catch you again on the next go around, on the next net rather, or anytime before then. It don't matter. All right. We're at the bottom of the list, so we're gonna go ahead and call for a final round of check-ins. So if you'd like to check in to the Pride Radio Group net, please come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically, and we'll get you checked in. Alright, one last time. If you'd like to check in to the Pride Radio Group net, please come now with your call signs slowly, twice, and phonetically. Alrighty, VK3 JED. Other than me, you're the last one standing, KJ7 OMO.
Yeah, alright, well, 7-3 all, good to catch you again, Kimberly, and if you're still there, Peter, good to hear you on, and audio certainly better, probably could go up a smidge more, but yeah, don't need it. You're sort of roughly in the ballpark now. I'd have to hear a bigger group of people natively on Fusion to comment a bit more, and some say that's what we like on FM as well. Anyway, cheers all. I'll go back and go listening and here's why across the Discord and email and all those other things. KJ7RMO, the group VK3JD. 7-3 all round.
Alrighty, Tony. 7-3 to you, and we'll catch you next time. Good hearing you again, and thanks for checking in and hanging out. Alrighty, folks, before we close the net, do we have any final comments from any previously checked-in stations?
Yeah, cheers from 73 there, Kimberly, Tony and Peter. Take care, and yeah, we'll catch you all further down the log and on Discord, etc. VK5T. UX going clear.
Alrighty, 7-3 Dale, and we'll catch you next time. Any other final comments from previously checked-in stations? Alrighty, y'all. I think we're done here for the evening, day, or whatever time it is for you. Thanks everyone for participating and bringing fun to the airwaves. I would like to express gratitude to the Waverley Amateur Radio Society in Sydney for allowing us to take over their repeater systems in order to bring coverage into Sydney. And of course, special thanks to these folks who have helped create this network, VK3JED and VK2WAY, and then big thanks to the Pride Radio Group for giving us the blessing to make this whole thing possible. I now release all frequencies, repeaters, and other systems back to the regular amateur use. Thanks everyone once again, and 7-3 from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. This net is now closed with 9 check-ins, including yours truly. Alright folks, I'm out of here. We'll catch y'all next time. Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar is now clear. Alrighty, y'all. We're just going to listen in for one moment to see if anyone else popped up, but I don't think they will. Nope. Nothing else. Okay. Alright, everyone. You have a good night, Tuesday Night Attacks. Alright, everyone. I'm going to go ahead and shut things down now. If you haven't done so already, please follow me on Twitch and Kick, or if you're on YouTube, like, subscribe, ring that bell, and I'll catch you next time. 7-3 from Kilo Juliet 7, Oscar Mike Oscar. Y'all have a good one, and we shall catch you next time.